Hello and welcome to the next video in the series of the top 10 biggest marketing mistakes made by small businesses. And this one, number 5, is about inconsistent messages. Every time somebody interacts with your brand, are they getting a consistent message? This is what we need to talk about. Nowadays, before a customer purchases from you, they will have 7 touch points through which they've interacted or had some kind of connection with your brand before they decide to buy. Now they might look at your website, they might get a recommendation from somebody else, they might look at your social media accounts, they might read reviews on TripAdvisor or on Amazon, depending on what kind of business that you are. They might see you speak at a conference, they might meet you at a networking event. I mean, there's any number of ways in which a potential customer can connect or touch your brand. And the important thing to get across here is that no matter what point people touch your brand, there should be a consistent message. And one of the biggest mistakes is that people have, that they don't sort of integrate their marketing across all of these different facets of their marketing. And this sends a confusing message to the customer, and ultimately they won't buy because people want to feel that they're making the right choice. They want reassurance, and if they're getting mixed messages or confused messages, then they're going to turn to the organisation, one of your competitors, who is able to deliver that to them. So you've got to make sure that your messages are really clear. And the big one that where I see it go wrong is that what people are doing online doesn't always tally with what they're doing offline. And the reason that often happens is that you might have a certain sort of house style of leaflets and the way that you do networking events, etc. And you've outsourced to somebody to take care of your website, or just take care of your social media, and those things aren't tallied. So there's somebody meets you at a networking event, and then they go and have a look at your social media. It's obvious that these are completely different tones of voice. They're completely different messages. The focus is on completely different things, and it's not a good thing to happen. So you need to make sure that you've got some consistency going on across every single touch point through which a potential customer can touch your brand. Now, it doesn't have to be really, it doesn't have to be onerous. It doesn't have to be difficult. All you have to do is be clear about what you want potential customers to think about you, and then look at every situation where you are communicating your business externally, and just ask yourself, is that clear thing that we want people to remember us for coming across in everything that we do? Is it right on the leaflet? Is it on the ad? Is it on your social media? Is it on your website? Am I saying it when I go to a networking event, etc.? So think of it this way. This is a really easy thing to do, is ask yourself this. If people are only going to remember 3 things about you, what do you want those 3 things to be? And then make sure that those 3 things are woven into everything that you do that communicates externally, even to the point of your external, outgoing emails, even in your, contracts and leaflets and literature and everything that goes out the door. So that's essentially it, is just make sure that the message that you send out is consistent across everything. And it's also worth just having a little, count up of how many ways in which you are communicating externally. Now, obviously, you've got marketing messages like, advertising, social media, your website, leaflets, brochures, going to networking events, etc. But also you've got to think about things that are going out the door, like all of your outgoing emails, contracts that you're sending out, proposal documents that you're sending out, even to the point of invoices. How are all of those things being received? So if you've got a social media and a website that's all very light-hearted and jovial and informal, and then you have all of your all your outgoing emails are very tight and formal and in a completely different tone of voice, that could be sending out a confused message. So I would just urge you to have a sit down and do an audit of everything that goes out the door that could touch a potential customer, and just see whether or not it's consistent. So I think that's it really. If you can do that, you'll be doing great. So that's all I've got to say on inconsistent messages, well, for now anyway. So up next, in the next video, we're going to talk about the perils of having a poor networking strategy. So see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.